Welcome back, preschool. And it is time for us to talk about our letter this week. Although we are going to end our studies of the letter W today so that we can sneak in another letter tomorrow. That'll be exciting. But for right now, it's time for us to review our day with the letter W. And we know that we had whales, right? But I wonder what other things. Do you remember anything else? Well, let's get our review sheet out and we'll see what other things we talked about with the letter W. Well, we know we had the whales, and we started with the whales, and here we're with our wood pieces, right? Even our wood right here, and there was our whale. So here is our review, okay? Now, this is the letter W. That's right. That's what we've been studying all week long. Here is W. Now, we want to match the W with another W, which is right there. That's right. There's our match right off the bat. Now, the crazy thing is, do you know what these other two letters are? Because we haven't even studied these yet. How could they put them on our sheet? They were really trying to trick us, weren't they? Well, here's a little hint of some of the upcoming letters. We don't have very many left. This is W, this is X, and this is Y. So we have W, X, Y. But we know the one that matches was the very first one, W with W. And then we wondered, what other things did we talk about this week that started with the letter W? We talked about whales. Then we saw in our W box, our sound box, we had a watch. And Mrs. Ryan was trying to eat all your watermelon. And here is a whale. Which two match? Whale watch, whale watermelon, or whale. Hey, you're right. Good job. Whale is what matches. Excellent job. I knew you wouldn't have any trouble. You are just so smart. Okay, now here we have W again. Here's our chalkboard W. But what is this letter? Do you remember? V. Good job. So is this a match? W, V. W, V. Is that a match? No, that's not a match. Let's try again. W, W. W, W. Is that a match? You're right. There's our match. You got it. W, W. Now, what is this last one here? We just had him up here. If you didn't remember, this is the letter X. W, X. W, X. Is that a match? No, we wanted W with W. And on the bottom, now remember we're going down the column, good job, and then across the row. And this bottom row right here has our big W, our uppercase W, and our little w, the lowercase w. So we have uppercase W and uppercase W. Look, match, match. They match right away. And then we have our lowercase w with a lowercase w. Match, match, right there. Wow, you guys did a great job reviewing the letter W. But there was a couple of things I was still thinking about that started with the letter W. Now, yesterday you were supposed to go find 9 things in your house or your home in your life that started with the letter W. And I bet you didn't have any trouble at all because there are so many awesome words. But I remember picking out some helpers in class, and 2 of those helpers were meteorologists, and meteorologists help us with the weather. You're right. We needed your help to decide what today's weather was doing outside. And here it is. There's our letter W right there. Weather. Weather. And we would decide if it was really hot. This is our thermometer. Do you remember that? Here's our thermometer. It tells us if it's very hot, just hot, warm, cool, cold, or freezing cold. So we decided, remember, what it felt like. And then we had to go and look out the window. Do you remember? Our meteorologist would go and look out the window to see if it was sunny. Was it partly cloudy? Were there some clouds in the sky? Was it very cloudy, like no sky, just all clouds? Was it rainy? Was it boom, 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 stormy? Was it whoosh, 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 windy? Or was it snowy? And today we could definitely say that it was sunny. And right now it is windy. So we are going to take a little bit of time in a little bit to talk about that wind. Just like we talked about it earlier with God's love. You can't see it, but boy, can you feel it. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I thought it would be fun to share a story about another W animal that has to deal with the weather. Okay, are you ready? Thanks, meteorologists, for helping me with the weather. All right, I have found you, little wombat. And there's our letter W right there. Wombat. And this guy right here, this is little wombat. Wombat. And he starts with the letter W. So let's find out a little bit more about what he's doing. And it says Angela McAllister. Who is Angela McAllister? You're right, the author. Good job. And we know that author writes the story. Author writes the story. Author writes the story. That's why he came first. So now I'm going to open up our book about a wombat. Maybe. These pages. Here we go. Here we are at the title page. Good job. Found you, little wombat. And it says Angela McAllister. We know she was the author. And then it says Charles Fuge. Who is Charles Fuge? The illustrator. Good job. Man, you guys are so smart. Wow. And we know that illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, which means he made the pictures for Found You, Little Wombat. Now, Little Wombat was playing hide and seek with Rabbit and Koala. There's Rabbit, who starts with the letter R, and Koala, that starts with the letter K. And here is Wombat, Wombat, that starts with the letter W. Oh, you guys are so smart. I am so proud of you. So good. Awesome. Found you, said Koala. Now it's your turn to seek, little Wombat, said Rabbit. Oh, they're playing hide and seek, and Koala found him. And now it's his turn to be the seeker, the one to look while they hide. So Rabbit and Koala hid, and so did little Wombat. Now they waited and waited, and waited, and tried to keep very quiet. So did little Wombat. Now, wait a minute, guys. If the wombat is a seeker, should he be hiding? Oh, he's supposed to be looking for them. Silly wombat. But I see, there's a rabbit and there's Koala, and they're trying so hard to be quiet. But it's so hard to be quiet when someone's not searching for you. Let's start again, said Koala with a chuckle. You have to count to 10, and then you come find us. So little Wombat shut his eyes, and he went 210. Oh, no, that's not what koala meant. No, no, no. Well, she said you have to count 210. So it sounds like 2 and 10, but she meant starting at 1, counting all the way up to 10, right? But he didn't understand. So he went 210, ready. No, no, no. Maybe this will help. Count 10 flowers before you come and find us, called Rabbit and Koala as they ran away to hide. Okay, so he's supposed to count 10 flowers, right? So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not seeing any more. How can I count to 10 if there's only 4? 1, counted little Wombat. But soon he began to get distracted and he began to look around. Little Wombat wandered over a hill to see what was on the other side. Oh, he's following the bees and the birds and the butterflies. Guys, what is Little Wombat supposed to be doing? That's right. He's supposed to be seeking Koala and Rabbit. He never made it counting. He forgot. He got looking at other things. In fact, he started looking at so many different things that he didn't notice a cloud creep in front of the sun. And he didn't notice the sky turn gray. He didn't notice the wind shake the trees. The weather was changing, wasn't it? The weather was changing, but he was so distracted by looking at all the neat things that he didn't even notice the weather was changing. And look, that tree is really blowing. He suddenly remembered that Rabbit and Koala were hiding. Oh, 10! I'm coming! He shouted. But where was Koala? Where was Rabbit? Little Wombat felt all alone. Where am I? He asked. The weather has changed, and he wandered so much while he was distracted, supposed to be seeking, that he doesn't know where he is. He's lost. And then suddenly, drip, 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 drip. Raindrops started to fall from a small dark cloud. Drip, 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 drip. Teardrops started to fall from small, lost Wombat. The Wombat is out in the rain. He is out in the weather. Oh no, poor Wombat. He's very sad. But the sun didn't hide for long, and neither did little Wombat. That's a very wobbly toadstool. Ah, found you, said Mom. And what a clever umbrella. So he had used the toadstool to act just like an umbrella. And that was very smart to keep the rain off of him. But the sun came out. His friends let his mom know that they couldn't find him. He was supposed to be looking for them. But the weather changed. We need help. We have to find him. And Mom came and found him. Let's splash in the puddles on the way home, said Rabbit. So little Wombat jumped and made the biggest, happiest splash of all. And we see, what do you see in the background? The rainbow. Good job. And we know that the rainbow was a gift from God to remind him that he always keeps his promises. And what in Psalm 91 did he promise to do for us? Keep us safe, just like little Wombat. So even if you're a Wombat, God always keeps his promises. Awesome. I liked that story about little Wombat who was in the weather when it changed. And one of the things that happened when the weather was changing, one of the things we've been talking about through this whole lesson today is wind. So we are going to try our best to do some experiments with the wind, but it's really windy out. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me as we do our experiments all about wind. So I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, we can't forget our bubbles. Silly Mrs. Ryan, I almost forgot to get our fingers ready so that you could work on your review sheet. Oh, silly Mrs. Ryan. I was so excited for science experiments. You know how much I love them, guys. But I love bubbles too, so I don't know why I would have thought that. So here we go. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little bubbles, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little bubbles, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little bubbles, 10 little bubbles go pop, pop, pop. Pop 'em at me, pop, pop, pop. Pop 'em at you, pop, pop, pop. Pop 'em back and forth, pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop them everywhere. Pop, 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 and play a little air piano. And upside down. And let's get those bubbles. Are you ready to do some popping? Can you catch them through the screen? Funny how when we're indoors, the wind can't take them away, can it? Well, I guess that will have to be one of our experiments when we go outside with the wind to see what it does with bubbles. We'll see you soon.